Hello and welcome to Worth a Watch. My name's Carl, and if you'd like to subscribe below, it would really help me in the channel. Today we're going to be talking specifically homage watches. Now, it's a hotly debated topic, and some people really love homage watches for their value for money. Some people really hate homage watches because of their lack of originality, and people feel like it's a bit of a rip-off of a well-known brand. Specifically, Rolex gets homaged a lot. Today we're going to be looking at specifically the Pagani design 1639. It's a homage to the Rolex Submariner. It's quite an obvious design set of cues there. I don't know about you, but I love a good bargain and I love a good homage. So let's get into the review and we'll cover some of the specifics. I actually have two of them today, the black and the green. So let's have a look. So here they are, the Pagani 1639. Now, I've got both variants here, the green Hulk homage and the plain matte black dial. The green one, as you can see, has a little light play on dial. Is the quality of the finishing, considering this is a sub £60 watch, is actually superb. If you have a look, the only bit of quality control issue that I can see from either of these, and I've had both of these for quite a while now, is if you look very, very closely, the Cyclops on the Hulk is very slightly to the right, as you can see, compared to the black one. So I've heard some stories where the Cyclops is a bit ski-whiff all over the shop, but really, is it that much of a problem? Is it that noticeable for me? Probably not. The other thing I would probably say on it is the play. There's a little bit of play on the bezel there, as you can see, but you get ceramic bezel insert, you get lume. It kind of mocks a bit of a C3 blue lume, but it's pretty poor. I'll give you a lume shot very shortly. 90 click bezel, which is not fantastic, but it does seem to line up on both. So just so you can see, it's not just the one. There you go, it kind of lines up nicely. Chapter ring lines up, which obviously some Seikos have had issues with in the past, so the quality is quite nice. I'm just going to get rid of the matte black dial one for a second. So this one here, signed crown. It's got polished sides, brushing that is pretty consistent from the case and the actual sides here. Polished down the sides, and then you've got a very similar to a Rolex clasp on this. Now, I personally don't like this. You can see here, that's where you take it out and you'd have the usual Rolex crown on the non-homage, but it really is quite difficult to open. It's a bit of a nail breaker. Oh, there you go. So, but you do get solid links, solid end links, screw pins, if you noticed on here. Just get that to focus. So screw pins, fantastic for the price. You do actually get a bit of a flip-flop adjustment as well here, so you can pull that out and adjust it. I won't actually do it because I've tried it before and it's absolute pig to get back in, so you just have to take my word for it. But it is difficult, but this is a solid piece of metal. It's not pressed. It's nicely done. It's a bit snug, but it's very well done. You can see the case back on it as well is display, and it's got a Seiko NH35 in the back, so proven, nice and reliable. It's not the prettiest of movements, but you can see there it's got 100 meters of water resistance. Now, most of the NH35s that I've had are around about the 39-40 hour mark of a power reserve. So good workhorse movement in the back of these. Again, for the money, unbelievable value. Sapphire crystal, also to go with that ceramic bezel. The loom, as I've mentioned before, is not really up to much. It's quite a weighty watch. Now, to give you the specs on it, because it does look very, very similar to, especially in the black, to the Rolex Submariner. Obviously, it's a Marge, but the one big difference between the two really is the fact that the size is fairly different. So on here, you're looking 43mm case, so quite a large case. It wears quite large. You've also got crown to the side is about 47.5mm. Thickness, you're looking at 13 there. Now, if you did want to change the strap, you're looking at around 20mm. So you've got 20mm strap on it. It's 20mm at the top, tapering down to a nice 15mm, and then back up to 18 at the clasp. Very nicely done. Really, really nice machining on this. Doesn't really have much of an overhang, no real sharp edges. Nicely signed crown, display case back, ceramic bezel, sapphire crystal, Cyclops, stainless steel case and bracelet. The bracelet is solid links and solid end links, as well as those screw pins, so not very jangly. It's quite a nice piece. So I'll give you a wrist shot so you can see how they look on my 6.5-inch wrist. So here's a bit of a wrist shot on my 6.5-inch wrist. It's a little bit on the large side for me. I have worn this as a daily for about 2 months to see how I get on with it. I do tend to find that when it's cold, because you haven't really got much of a micro adjustment, it does tend to slide around a little bit. But it fits actually really well. I thought this was going to be massive on me, but it's a really nice fitting watch. Deceptively small on wrist because of the lug to lug size. I suppose that's one thing I didn't really mention on there. So lug to lug is, so you're looking at about 51. So it's actually not that large. Very comfortable. I've had harnesses before, and the issue with the harness is it tends to dig into the wrist, whereas these Pagani clasps on here are actually very comfortable on, and I would recommend it. It's a very nice watch to wear, a little bit on the weighty side, but very industrial. You certainly know it's not going to go anywhere, and yeah, very, very nice. Now, I mentioned that it was great value for money. It's outstanding value for money. It is actually currently showing at under £60 UK at the moment. Just ignore the £348 there. I've never seen them higher than £80 UK on AliExpress. Now, the specs on them, as I mentioned before, are fantastic. You've got the fact that it's a stainless steel case and bracelet, solid links, solid end links, all the stuff I've mentioned earlier on. The one thing that I would draw your attention to a little bit is the section there where it says movement. Now, it actually states on most that it's a Seiko NH35, but on the AliExpress listing, it mentions that it's a Japanese Miyota 8215. Now, that might be the case for certain ones. You'd have to check which you're actually picking up, but I can actually say that I'm looking at the Pagani site right now next to it, and it does specifically state on the Pagani Design official site that it's a Japanese Seiko and H35A. So you can make up your own mind on that a little bit, but they do come in a multitude of colorways. So you've got the two-tone and black there, a little bit more overstated, blue and gold, two-tone, the safe option, I suppose, for the office, the blue, and the Hulk, which... So there you have it, the Pagani 1639. It really is a bit of a knockout of a watch. You can't beat those specs. Sapphire crystal, 100 meters water resistance, screw down crown, solid end links, solid links, screw pins, all within £60 UK. Now, is this going to be the best watch that you can possibly buy compared to a Rolex Submariner? Obviously not. Is it as good as a Rolex Submariner? Obviously not. However, it's worth mentioning that for under £60, you can wear a tall watch like this every single day, the way that a Submariner is supposed to have been worn originally. Don't have to worry about knocking it, don't have to worry about scratching it. You can beat the thing to death. And when it comes time to service, which might be 7-8 years down the line, you can just throw it away and buy a brand new one rather than servicing it. Something that you can't really say for a £10,000 watch. I think the specs of this would rival some £700-800 watches that are on the market at the moment. So if you're looking for a bargain, you're looking for a great spec watch, you're looking for something that is a tool watch that you can wear every day to the office, or working on your car, or working on whatever you like, definitely would say this is worth a watch. So thanks for watching. I'll put a link in the description below. Again, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.